God, these are
Wow,
the worst
Tom,
sunglasses ever.
dude, you look like Geordie LaForge there from Reading Rainbow guy. What's his name? I don't remember.
Nano. Oh, wait a
LeVar
minute.
Burton.
I guess these are the
Yeah. Whatever his
Eclipse
name is.
sunglasses, which was a great time. Let me put my actual glasses on.
Oh.
Hey
Yeah,
guys,
but look,
we're
we're
doing
in Star
Star
Wars
Trek
shirts.
today, not Star Wars, you dumbasses.
Well,
You
that
guys are
explains what
lucky
he
you're
doesn't
British.
know.
Well, at least we know which one's superior. Fine, we'll talk about Star Trek. All right, and welcome to the Dirty Phase. We're here as always, just existing in this space, trying to expand our space. You know, I don't think Tom got the theme. He just didn't get the memo.
I mean, to be fair, I don't think we got the theme either. So
No, nobody got the theme today.
Well, my words of wisdom, Chewbacca saying Star Wars is better than Star Trek. Okay.
Yep.
that's hot takes coming right out of the gate on the Star Trek episode.
Hot take. True
Yeah.
take.
Hottest takes.
It's a
True
hot
take in my opinion. Doesn't mean we don't love me some Star Trek though. So let's get into that here in a bit.
But we'll get that into a little bit. So you got Tom this evening. He's out there. He now has his own thing. He's more than existing. So he's out there. You got
every
Dagan.
Wednesday and Thursday nights and most Friday daytimes, as long as my honeydew list isn't too huge at the moment, which might be this Friday as well, but we'll see. So yeah, come check me out at Mobile Ninja Gaming. Deegan, how are you today?
Doing all right. I guess it's a three-peat.
Yep.
Three-peat.
Deegan, not Deegan. God damn it! I keep calling you Deegan. Deegan.
It's okay.
Yeah.
He's used to it. So he
called everything
upgraded
under the sun.
Yeah.
He upgraded his mic.
Yeah, maybe I don't sound like total garbage this time.
No, you sound like peak performance.
He's three-peat, and he got dedicated. Look at that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Got Marantz Professional right here.
Yeah,
Marantz.
Some voiceovers.
Marantz is a good brand. Hear about our audio episode, and you can hear all about Marantz. So, but yeah, then me, I'm still here. I'm wearing a Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth hat because it's what I wore today. Just hosting as always, nothing special. So, nerdy things we've done this week. Who wants to start us off?
I'll go.
Okay.
So at day of recording, on the 8th was the solar eclipse. So me and my kiddos, we went out to a property of a friend's over in Illinois.
I'm hungry.
Normally an hour and a half. What?
I said I'm hungry. Don't mind me.
Oh yeah. So normally an hour and a half drive. Took me just over 2 hours to get there because everybody was driving to Illinois. And then again, a normal hour and a half to get back is about over 2 hour drive to get back home because everybody was leaving Illinois to go back home. So that was fun.
Wait, you drove to Illinois?
Yeah, I mean I'm practically right on the border. I'm just south of St. Louis.
Okay.
So hop on 270s, which is over to 255, and then took that to Highway 64, and then drove somewhere where I have no clue. Technically, I didn't even take 64 because it Waze, being the superior map system, at least that I'm aware of, rerouted me twice because traffic was so bad. But yeah, so went out there, drove some ATVs and side-by-sides around. Then we enjoyed the eclipse. All of our kids were too young to even be out there / remember the eclipse, and we're not going to have another one until 2044 in the U.S. But that's only going to be over the Dakotas and Canada, and then we'll have another one in 2045, which will be over a larger portion of the U.S. I'm not sure. I keep needing to look up a map and see if that's going to cover us or not. But so this is going to be their only opportunity until they. What?
It's not the end of the world today?
I hope. Oh God, so many conspiracies out there between CERN and everything else. It's so much fun though. God, don't get me wrong. I don't believe any of these, but I love getting into the conspiracy theories.
Mm-hmm.
What it goes over so many cities called Haven or something or whatever the hell it was, and then CERN was going to be acted up, which honestly, at some point in time, we need to talk about that whole thing. How apparently there's I forgot what happened first, Harambe or CERN. We'll have to look that up later. But yeah, some big conspiracy, just not even conspiracy theories, just jokes about, that's CERN started up and then Harambe died, or Harambe died and CERN started up, and that's what, shifted the time continuum for all this craziness that we're going through nowadays. Obviously not true, but it's fun to joke around about. So yeah, going back. So we went ahead and did that, and then we shot some guns, made sure the kids were following up on firearm safety, and then drove home and hung out. So that's the nerdiest thing that I did in the past week. So yeah. Who's next?
Nice. I guess pointing to the screen is me.
Yeah.
Honestly, not a lot. I mean, obviously went out and viewed the eclipse today as well. I work at a school building, so we all went outside. They had a bunch of fun eclipse-themed snacks. So we had moon pies and eclipse gum and starbursts and Sunny D and anything that could be.
Sounds so good right now.
It was very, very nice.
That's very clever. Eclipse gum. Yeah. Good. Sunny D.
Yeah. Starbursts. Yeah.
Starburst. Yeah.
So. And then got a new microphone, so I don't sound like
nerd out
hot,
about
hot
your headphones and microphones. So why did you choose that mic?
I mean, it was cheap. That's why I chose it, because it was on sale with the arm. It's like, hey, it's everything you need. Mm-hmm. Dirt cheap.
Are you familiar with the brand, or you just found something?
Oh yeah, no, it's Marantz. It's Marantz Professional. It's their low end, but
okay.
I'm a big Marantz guy, as you've probably heard. I've got vintage Marantz stereo and turntable for my sound
it's all
system.
calling back now. Okay, cool.
Marantz makes good stereo systems. I mean, they're really good. That's a different subject. I mean, I've heard a lot of the high end stuff, but then you compare it to like Macintosh or Arcam, it doesn't compare. Yeah. But you're also paying like double almost triple the price for an Arcam or a Macintosh. Macintosh is like quadruple the price, actually.
Yeah, Marantz is like high tier. That stuff's like what we call Halo tier. Like,
yeah,
it's a real term. Yeah, it's just like beyond the high end.
Okay.
Yeah, there's reasons why the Arcam and the Mac sound better. So different sequel episode later.
Mm-hmm.
We can get
thousands of reasons why they sound better.
It's stuff I didn't know until just recently. So it's which I'm sure Dagan finds interesting. Like, oh, you didn't know about this stuff before.
It's all super technical, but fun.
Mm-hmm. It is fun. I had to sell it for a living. So.
And then how long have you had those headphones?
I've had these headphones a long time. I just haven't had much of a reason to bust them out lately. So now that I have a real mic, I figured I'd get the big boy headphones out. My Fostech Studio planar driver headphones.
It's like 5 years, 10 years, 15 years?
Probably about 8.
8 years?
Had these a while.
Yeah.
These are my, when I got real big into like headphone and portable audio, these are like my big boys. Because, I'm still poor. Because I don't, you could spend $2,000 on a pair of headphones or more, but
easily.
Mm-hmm.
These are in my budget. What I wanted something with the planar drivers.
Yeah, for sure. No, I mean you knew what you were buying. You knew specifically what you were buying, therefore you can nerd out about it. So that's fun. All right.
Yeah.
Well, Serge?
I haven't done a whole lot. I mean, this weekend was a chill weekend. I did make some cool Amazon purchases. I upgraded my keyboard because I have mine is the Black Widow Razer Ultimate 2014 edition. I've had this guy for a long time, so I thought it was time for an upgrade. I'm gonna try HyperX. It had all the features I wanted, and the price was right. I didn't want to spend a whole lot of money, but I did want some of like the volume control stuff, which it has, so it's kind of cool. And RBG, why not?
I think my favorite thing about my keyboard is it's got the aluminum backing on it. It just feels good and heavy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's nice. So I don't have to. I mean, my keyboard, the number pad, the 0 key, you have to like mash it a couple times for it to actually do anything. And then on the Synapse, it doesn't. It's not compatible anymore on the new Razer Synapse. So I have like 5 macro keys that I can't program because it doesn't work on the Synapse. So And I came down to the old Synapse. It's still available, but Razer wanted to use the new Razer Central, the new Razer Synapse, so it's whatever. But
that
it's
one
all
dates
good. I
back
mean,
to
I
like
got
the.
Did you
That one dates back to like the launch, doesn't it? That was like a launch edition, basically.
the 2014, yeah.
Yeah.
Because they had this one, and then they had the and for $30 more you could get the Chroma, the 2014 Chroma, and I was like, because I remember I talked to you about it. I was like, dude, should I get the Chroma or should I just get this one? You're like, you don't need the Chroma for an extra $30.
RGB wasn't that. It wasn't big back then.
It wasn't. So but it worked out because the Razer has the nice lime green color, which I like that color, So, but it's all good. So I got that. I got a new mic. I did get like a room divider to make my podcast space / streaming space a lot better. So that way you don't see the rest of my house. So, I mean, behind me you got Dreamlight Valley, which is kind of cool. But that way my wife can sit wherever she wants, do whatever whatever. The light from the TV won't bother me anymore. Because Tom has been there where she's been playing on the TV, and the lighting just like washes me out completely.
Yeah, I
It's
start
bad.
getting seizures.
So,
did you get blue or cherry keys?
well, I think that looks like this one comes with its own keys, their own thing. So we'll see. I'm a big fan of the cherry keys, but I've never used anything else. I mean, for the last like 10 years, I've used this keyboard, so I don't know how I'm gonna feel about other stuff.
Yeah.
So I'll just try it out.
Razer uses their own keys too, so.
Yeah. But there's a based off the Cherry MX.
Well, I think yours are too. The Hyper. I mean, they're reds, so they're based on the Cherry Reds.
And that's what I do. I wanted to do a Glorious, but like I did more research into it. Dude, just to change out a thing of keyboards to get a different type of keys, like you're looking to spend another $50-$100 just on keys.
Yeah, that's like, for junk keys.
So I'm like, I don't want to do that. They look really pretty. I almost got one that was $120, but I was like, I just stick with the HyperX. I know I seen the HyperX at Best Buy when I worked there, and it was they're cool. They had some pretty big people sponsored, like Juju Smith-Schuster. So you guys know who Juju Smith-Schuster is, right?
I think so.
He was a wide receiver for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh no clue.
Oh yeah. Does he sports the points with the ball? He does the sports ball.
Yeah, he does the sports ball, but it's kind of cool. He's also a gaming phenomenal. And he's one of the people alongside Drake and then one other person I can't remember that had Ninja rise to fame. So, there was the first one of the big celebrity things that has the biggest stream. But so I know HyperX is a good brand behind it. Their headphones are solid, so I'll try out the keyboard and go from there.
Yeah, but I love my blue keys. Just gotta love the clicks. So noisy.
I have to have a mechanical keyboard.
Yeah, no,
it's got cherry blues.
There's still they're still mechanical. It's just I like to.
I love the clicks. I love clicky. So, but
I think my keyboard has reds, so they're a little clunkier.
Oh, okay. Hey, you have an Asus keyboard, right?
My Falchion. 60%. It's tiny.
I thought about doing 60%, but I've used the 10 key a lot.
Yeah, and wireless, which is cool.
Yeah, mine's the AW key, which I don't know they don't even make this keyboard anymore, but yeah, just a full size keyboard, wired.
The only
got the aluminum backing on it, and I love the lights on the side.
The only thing that I think that I'm not gonna have this new keyboard, I'm not gonna have the USB on the side. I don't use the headphone jacks on here anymore. It's worthless. Yeah. But I do use my mouse is plugged into the side of the keyboard. So
yeah, that's nice. I'd like to have that.
Yeah. So $10 hub and problem solved.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not a big deal. I'm not using my USBs in the back. I have a ton of them, so no big deal. And then the other big thing I did, it was today. We went to a birthday party. A friend of mine, his kid turning 10. So we discovered. I knew already, but he discovered that you could do Andy B's for half off. on Mondays.
Hmm.
So we went there around 6:30. We played some arcades. Those kind of sucks because most of the good ones were gone, were turned off for whatever reason. Like they had a Bop It machine. I'm like, dude, I can own this. If you ever go to any Walmart, if you ever go to the Walmart in Republic and you see the Bop It toy, and you hit the thing that says max points 150, yeah, it's probably me. So,
Oh man, we went to the Wally's semi recently, over by your house, and somebody had one of the like mini Boppets over there, and their high score
yeah.
was 69, and that just made me so happy.
Nice.
Nice.
So, yeah, I have the high score. I pick up every Bop It, and get the high score. And then give the Bop It to my kid. They try to beat it, they can't, and then I get the high score in the next one. So I try to get all the high scores.
Yeah, I
Just
wanted to
crush
keep
kids'
going and
dreams.
try to beat the high score, but my wife hates me and wouldn't let me stay there and play it for an extended period of time.
So, but then so let's see. I have 4 kids. My buddy, my friend that went there, his kid, he's got 3 kids and then 2 kids with his fiance, but he only had 3 of the kids today because it's split custody with the other 2 kids. So he had 4, 3, so that's 7. And I know this guy from work. We just we started working together at the bank, and then we hit it off. And then we brought one of our other coworkers that she don't work there anymore, but we invited her beforehand, so she brought her kid. She's got 1. So I made 8 kids, and we went to play laser tag. These kids were chanting, "The kids are gonna win! The kids are gonna win! We're gonna beat the adults." I'm like, I don't think so. You have no idea. It's like you guys are gonna scream, yell, and I'm gonna see every single one of you and pick you off. Yeah, I got number 1 spot. My friend got number 2. My wife got number 3. So the kids learned their lesson that I'm the best at the laser tag versus them.
You can't actually beat adults. Not yet.
I can beat adults too. That laser tag is pretty cool. I mean, I don't know of any laser tag in town, but the Incredible Pizza one, I don't think is as good. I played it once and it's expensive and not as good. The one at Andy B's is solid.
Yeah.
And if you actually do teams, there's actually a base, which is kind of cool. So, but I played against adults before and I came second place. So,
yeah.
If
you like Bop It, you need to track down this. I forgot I had this. It's old. It's called a Brain Warp. You ever played with one of these?
No, I have not.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that thing.
Yeah, so this is old, but so it tells you it's either got numbers or colors.
Yeah.
So see, it's got that's a 1. So it'll tell you the next thing to do, and you got to turn it like the right way up. So it's like a command based. Yeah, and there's modes where it'll be like there's like memory mode, so you pass it back and forth, and like you add to the pattern, then the next person has to do the pattern, then add one more, then you have to do that new one, and then add one more. There's ones where it switches between the numbers and the colors, and that one always jacks me up. But if you like Bop It style toys, you need to track down one. I mean, I think eBay's probably your only choice, but
I like Bop It type toys. I was really disappointed at Andy B's when that Bop It thing was thing. The high score was 60. I'm like, oh god, I could beat that. And it was one of the ones that had like the Bop It. It was the one that had twist it, pull it, spin it, and then Bop It.
So that's Bop It.
Yeah, and that's the original Bop It was just twist it, pull, Bop It. And then they added the spin it. They added spin it and twist it. It was called Bop It Extreme.
Yep.
So the one it was Bop It Extreme for the second one, and that's the one my brothers got one year for Christmas, and that's the one we played, and we would sit there and compete, like between the 3 of us, we would just be there forever. No one ever wanted to play with us. It was like, you guys, I was like, this is no fun. You guys were never losing. I'm like, yeah, we're not gonna lose. So
if we ever get together, remind me, and I'll bring this thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Experience the Brain Warp.
If we get together, it just have to be some night where we meet in town, to be honest with you, because it's pretty hard to do anything without kids for me. I have 2 full-time, and then the other 2 I have them on weekends when I'm off, so.
Yeah.
So, and you probably have your kid on the weekends.
Yep.
So, yeah, it's hard. So pool party. If you like, do you have a pool nearby you?
Nope.
You're for the walk. You know where I live. You lived here before. Ironically.
Oh, is that where you're at now? Okay,
Old
I know where
Stone,
you're
yeah.
at then. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm an Old
Sergio just
Stone.
doxing himself.
Yeah.
So, pool.
Put together
Pool
the
party.
pieces, listener, and go knock on his door.
Then you can come visit me. I won't tell you where I'm at, but anyways, so that's all I really did. So, and for those who watch anime and you're up to date on One Piece was epic today. Epic, or yesterday.
Yeah.
So,
2 days ago, Saturday night. But
oh yeah, but it's Sunday in Japan when it comes out, so.
yeah. Yes, episode 1100.
1100 episodes is a lot.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, yeah. Woo.
But
that is not the topic for today.
No. So, all right, let's get into nerd news. So, I think one of the ones that you posted earlier, the fact that Nintendo shutting down their servers today.
Oh, yes. Rest in peace, Wii U
2
shop
more
and
hours
3DS
from
shop.
recording. Which I think is kind of bold for them to do because, honestly, I mean, I get it. The Switch is taking over handheld, but the 3DS is still relevant.
Yeah, the 3DS one doesn't. I mean, Nintendo has the money. They should just leave it all on. There's so many games that are lost on the Wii U and the 3DS. Not to mention all the stuff lost on the Wii that's been shut down forever now. But
I mean, I get the Wii U because they're bringing most of the stuff back on the Switch.
Yeah.
But the 3DS.
Yeah, there's a lot on 3DS that's lost.
Yeah.
So, they got that stupid game the Steampunk code, whatever, where you're like Steampunk Abraham Lincoln. So.
Okay, so I, just because it's like we're talking about nerd stuff, and I'm like, you know what? Since I've updated my computer, I haven't downloaded my software for my mouse. So I just did that, and I just realized I've got a audio visualizer. So real quick, just somebody start talking.
Hey, what's up? Oh, nice. Man.
Yeah.
Okay, Logitech for the win on that one.
Yeah. See, that's the kind of like dumb stuff that I will spend way too much money on. It's just blinky lights that, go off to sound.
All I have is just a fancy mouse with buttons. I mean,
I do wish I had a 10 key on mine.
It is a chroma, so I can change the thing, but my keyboard's green and doesn't change color, so I matched it to that. You gotta. So. But yeah, and then it's kind of funny because they say Funimation, after 30 years of service, they shut down. But Funimation did buy Crunchyroll and realized that Crunchyroll was the better platform.
Yeah.
So you're not really missing out on anything in Funimation because it's all moved over to Crunchyroll.
Yeah.
I just updated to green blue. It's kind of hard to see with this camera.
There you go.
That's cool. It's listening.
Okay, I'm done. I'm done screwing around with stuff. Continue.
But yeah, I mean Crunchyroll. I mean, I used to be the guy that downloaded all the anime, but I subscribe to Crunchyroll. It's only $7.99 a month.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good price. They've got almost everything except for the High Dive exclusives.
Oh yeah, but the High Dive exclusive, I look at those and I'm just sitting there. I'm like, I'm not really interested in these.
Yeah, they get like one good one every now and then, but it's not worth paying for High Dive.
Yeah,
for High Dive.
So, I'm waiting for. There's supposedly YouTube is going to launch a service that's going to have free anime, but they've been saying this for years. So I'm just, we'll see if that ever happens. So, Funimation, peace out. You won't be missed. It wasn't. It was good, but not.
Honestly,
good.
I think it would have went the other way, but I think Crunchyroll has more name recognition in America than Funimation, which is crazy.
Yeah,
I knew Funimation more than Crunchyroll personally, but that's just because
I mean,
certain anime I watched is always Funimation.
Yeah, Dragon. They have it was for a long time. It was between them and Viz Media.
Mhm.
and then Funimation ended up getting the big one. Funimation actually bought out 4 kids,
Mhm.
and because One Piece was by 4 kids, and Funimation's like, no, we're gonna take it over. Like for example, how far did you get in One Piece, Tom?
I'm still like 100 episodes in.
Oh, okay. So you know about Sanji. So Sanji, he always has a cigarette in his mouth, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The 4 kids edition, he had a
Not-
lollipop.
Not for kids.
So
Oh, terrible edits.
and like
Terrible.
for whatever reason they made like it's just random kids white. So it was so bad. And then Funimation
Yeah.
took it over and made it better. So the English dub of stuff like that. They had Dragon Ball Z, things like that. Viz Media had Bleach, I believe.
Yeah,
Is that right? Yeah.
I think so.
So, but
Man, I'll tell you what, that four kids One Piece theme song was kind of a bop.
what was One Piece? The One Piece rap.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
The
had
four
that
kids
song.
intro. Yeah.
It was good. I like it.
Yeah. It's the only thing good that came out of Four Kids in One Piece was that
So-
intro. Still a terrible intro.
Yeah.
We
So-
Are is way better, but
Yeah, 10 out of 10.
100%.
Everything else could go F off.
What's that?
Yeah, anything. Yeah, if it wasn't We Are the first one. Honestly, I don't know why they switched the intro in the first place.
All anime switches intros after a while.
I know, but
they bring back We Are plenty, so it's
Okay.
not lost.
Yeah.
Honestly, I really, really enjoyed the callback during the live action show. You just heard the theme. It's like, oh, I know what that theme is. It's so good.
Did you watch the live action?
Yeah, I watched. Actually, I watched the live action first, but yeah, I did.
I felt solid. So
Yeah.
I mean, there's some things they added in. Then I'm like, I liked it. Like for example, was when Zoro is sitting, he's sitting wherever I can't remember, and then like one of the assassins come, the Baroque works, and he kills them. I thought that was cool. That was an added thing. So, I know people are hating on it because it doesn't follow the anime. I don't want it to follow the anime.
Well,
To the
it
T.
can't. It can't.
It
just
can't. Yeah.
can't.
Just I did. I forgot to mention. Speaking of live action, I did finish Avatar.
Okay.
The live action
Oh,
Avatar.
Yeah.
So you guys finished it, right?
Johnny just finished it a couple days ago too. About damn time.
I thought it was solid. My only complaint, I wasn't a big fan of Boomy.
Yeah, he was. I mean, he was okay.
He was okay. And I'm not.
Wasn't my
was
biggest complaint.
Anything was better than the movie at this point. And that's all I care about.
Oh, M. Night Shyamalan shouldn't be alive for that, but it's whatever. But I thought it was well done, especially at the end with the moonfish and stuff like that. I thought it was cool. The guy who plays General Zhao though, best one there, like easily, hands down.
I mean, he's a good Zhao.
He's a very his acting in general.
Yeah.
I loved it. It was good. So, but well.
They got a good Iroh. I'm not super impressed with the Azula casting. She's just like way too baby faced. Like I know that's like canonically like the age she would be, and that's what they're going for.
Yeah,
but I'm just like, look at them cheeks. Let's just squeeze them.
Agreed. I think personality-wise, she totally pulled off the total thunder cunt that she, her character is. But yeah, no, I could agree with. I think her face was a little too round and pudgy. It's like I can't take you serious.
Yeah,
I like the guy they picked for Fire Lord Ozai, though I know him from Lost, so
yeah, he still does good.
He's a good though. I think he's a good. He's also Hawaii 5-0, the remake. So
I feel like he was in something else that I actually watched. Of course, I was super surprised when I found out that Mark Hamill was the original Ozai.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Yep. Mark Hamill was everything.
Yeah,
legend.
Here's another thing I don't knew, mind blown. When I saw the actor, I was like, oh, I can't believe that. You ever watch Rush Hour with Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker? You remember the guy that was they thought was Jin Tao, the blonde-headed guy?
Yeah.
And at the very end, Chris Tucker's like, he's like, come on, fight like a man. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That guy is Zhao.
Yeah.
Okay.
I saw that, yeah.
But yeah, when I realized, I was like, oh wow, that's awesome.
Oh, lose you again?
So,
Did Serge sit
but
down so hard he
anyways, we can talk
disconnected?
about this.
Yeah, apparently.
Oh,
Dang.
did I get disconnected again?
Well, I guess until he reconnects.
What in the world?
God damn it, not
Oh,
again.
shoot.
Who was it? Hold on. Oh yeah, going back to Iroh. I liked Iroh a lot. I just wish his voice was a little more raspy. You know, to be
it's
more
not
like
quite the voice, but
yeah, it's not the voice. I think he got the look down. He just didn't get the voice down.
yeah, he's the only actor like in the planet that could have played Iroh, honestly. But
Yep. Well, let's check out. Oh, yep, he's officially gone. Hopefully he comes in and he's recording. If not, then I don't know what to do for him. That's problematic. We'll have 2 episodes in a row where he's just gone and we're talking to ourselves.
Yeah. Maybe it'll just be the really short Avatar podcast instead of Star Trek.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and that's all, folks. Do 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 do
boop.
I
don't know.
And then I think he's also the guy who plays. Are you caught up to date on the Filoniverse stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. So I think he's the X-wing pilot.
Yeah, he is.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. I wasn't sure about it. I didn't go to IMDb. You know. But yeah, no, I like him as an actor. I kind of need to go and find more stuff that he's in, just because, well, I'm a fan of his work so far.
Yeah, he does. He does some fantastic stuff. So
yeah. Do you know what else he's in offhand, or?
Not offhand. I'm bad with names, so
yeah, exactly. I couldn't tell you what his name.
You'll
is.
say it, and I'll be like, yeah, that.
Oh
but
yeah,
I couldn't
that
tell
guy.
You. I don't know. My biggest complaint with the Avatar live action was the first season goes through the end of book 1 with water, and Aang doesn't waterbend anything.
Yeah,
he does the moon fish, fusion monster, but
yeah, I think they screwed up on that for sure.
Yeah, it's the end of the book where he learns waterbending, and he doesn't waterbend at all.
And despite
he literally splashed.
Yeah, exactly. Like I don't know.
So they lost the whole Katara teaching him waterbending in the first book.
Yeah, she was supposed to be the master, and she ended up being the master at the end, but wasn't the master that we needed her to be. The other thing was like a little bit of the pacing. Like I get it. It's supposed to be live action. It's going to be different, but I feel like sometimes they went a little darker than they needed to in the live action. Like honestly, I think the first opening scene in the first place was a little much. It's like, yeah, this is just sad and depressing. Like, I get it. There's sad and depressing stuff that happens in the actual cartoon, but like, actually seeing a bunch of kids, well, obviously you don't see a bunch of kids get killed, but it's kind of like, Star Wars when Anakin goes in, like he doesn't kill everybody, but he's killing everybody. Like I didn't really need to see all the
I think I'm recording now.
All right, is it showing recording?
I see a little red light on his box. So
okay.
I bumped my desk and my Joy-Con fell and hit the reset button just perfect.
See, I told you he sat down so hard he disconnected.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened. Like it literally fell it fell through the back of my thing and it hit the power strip. My whole computer shut down.
Oh, the power strip. Oh shit.
Dang.
It hit the reset button just perfect. I'm like, oh god.
Yeah.
So I don't remember what I was talking about. I don't know why
so
I got
quick recap
at.
for us. All we were saying is like, okay, so we were talking about Zhao. Yeah, we're just talking about Zhao in general. And then that's when you readjust your seat, sat down too hard, and everything went off. I mentioned that I liked Iroh. My only complaint about Iroh is I wish his voice was a little more raspier. But he is also the guy who's in the Filoniverse, the X-Wing pilot, big fan. Let's see. Then you were saying that you weren't a huge fan, that we didn't, that Katara didn't actually teach any waterbending to Aang in the first season.
Aang didn't waterbend anything.
Yeah, nothing.
Yeah.
So
I also didn't like they went into the Cave of Two Lovers, but it was Katara and Sokka. I'm like that's weird. Why are the brother and sister in the Cave of Two Lovers?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that was with Aang, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then in the end too, like the crystals didn't light the path. They're like, oh no, that's just a lie. And the Badger Moles just got them out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So there was some weird tweaks to the story I didn't like. There were some tweaks I really did like when they give like the backstory of like Zuko's crew.
Yeah, that was nice. I like that one.
That was really cool. Like that was a great addition, I thought.
Mm-hmm. One of the better things
I like the addition of how like Avatar Kyoshi just takes over, and
yeah,
that was cool. That makes sense. you know, you're near
Yeah, we
the
got to see a
Avatar
whole
point.
new avatar too, the Water Tribe avatar.
Oh
we
yeah,
actually,
yeah. That was. I mean, it makes sense that they did that because there's other. You know, there are other avatars, and they all are specialized in different things.
Yeah.
And his
So
whole
there's
background.
good and bad. So
and then the
Uh,
last thing I was saying is like I didn't some of the pacing and it got a little darker than I feel like it needed to be because I mean obviously they switched over to a live action show, you know, so it's going to be a little different. But like the first scene where they go in and you got all those firebending, killing all the women and children, you know, all the sand, yeah, killed all of them, the women and the children too. So that was, I don't know, it's just like, you know, watching it with my kid, I'm like, this is overly depressing, you know,
so
especially for an opening scene. But yeah, that's where we left
real
off at.
quick, since I disconnected, I can't. My timer started over 2 minutes 57 seconds.
We're at
So
36. So
36.
so add 34 to that.
So you're 36. So I'm at 3:05. So we'll say 40 minutes. Okay. The timer just keeps me on cue, so I know where to go to next.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. So you know, speaking of the different actors, stuff like that, and you know, kind of gets into a good transition. They casted Julia Gardner to play Silver Surfer in the Fantastic Four movie that Disney is making. To start, I'm gonna say this right now. I don't have high hopes for a Fantastic Four movie.
No.
All three of them sucked. In fact, the one that Josh Trank did, aka Josh Tank, um, I went to that. I went to go see that movie. Watched it for 20 minutes. I'm like, okay, I'm done. This movie's trash, and I left the theater. And
That
then
was the most recent one, right?
yeah, that's the newest one. And then my ex-wife was like, let's just finish. I'm like, okay, fine. I watched the whole thing. And at the very end, like I was like walking out, just talking about it, and I ran into like I forgot something, so I had to go to the customer service desk, and they're like, "What'd you think of this movie?" I was like, "I hated it. I honestly wasted an hour and a half of my life that I would never get back, and this was literally a waste of my money." And he goes, "Don't tell anybody. Give me your card." He refunded me my ticket.
Yeah.
legend.
That's
So
customer service for you.
yeah,
So
That's a man who watched that movie and agrees.
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, probably. I mean, I
That's
think
never
I had
happened to me, but
fun watching it, but also I'm not super like into the comics, so it's not like they ruined any characters for me or anything.
well, I had an okay time watching the first Fantastic Four with Jessica Alba, but this
Well,
second one, I just or this third reboot, it was just boring.
yeah,
Yeah. Honestly, I think Disney's in a tough spot with the whole just anything Marvel. Superhero movies are they're out of fashion. DC completely ruined the dark and gritty reboots for everybody.
Mhm.
Nobody wants to see that anymore, I don't think. And it's like, what do you do? And now their pivots like we'll do the multiverse stories. So we're getting female Silver Surfer. That's not the main Silver Surfer most people know. So
Yeah.
it's kind of like a curveball. So that's what they're
And the thing is, though, is that they can just not do every because we have our Earth. We could just have our characters. If you want to bring in multiverse characters here and there, cool, whatever. But unfortunately, I think Disney has failed on so many things, thus far. Therefore, anytime I see any kind of like changing of a character, it's like, all right, well, this is South Park, stick a chick in it, make it gay and lame. I'm like, okay, well, and I hate it, because I don't care who plays a character. I just want them to do it well. So like, honestly, I bet this chick could do a great job, but I've got a feeling they're going to do terrible writing. I always say for the sequel Star Wars movies, the actors and actresses did a fine job.
Not Daisy Ridley. Sorry.
no. It's like there's one exception to that statement.
I feel like Daisy did I don't think Daisy did anything wrong. I think it was all writing. I can't imagine how her acting could have been. And I feel like if she had the script wasn't good enough for me to actually be able to judge her acting. That's my opinion, of course. If you guys have other opinions, that's fine. But
I
yeah.
mean, I'll agree.
Yeah, so I can't I can't really dog Daisy Ridley because I don't know what a good script is. I don't know. I don't know if it's a script or I don't know if it's her because the script was that bad in the first place.
Right.
So because like man, Finn could have been such a cool character.
He rabbit trail, but whatever.
Yeah.
Finn.
Star Trek episode. Star Trek.
Yeah.
Finn was force sensitive, and the whole series was like, "Hey, I want something to tell you." Now, Finn, get the fuck out of here!
God damn it, we changed directors. This ain't your movie no more.
Yeah, right. It's So yeah, that's where I'm at with the Silver Surfer change. It's like, unfortunately, I'm assuming it's just going to be the message, and that's why they're changing it. Not that they actually have a good, compelling
for a good
story.
Fantastic Four movie for once.
Yeah, that's what we're hoping for, and that's what I want. It's like
they can pull it out of their pocket. It's doable.
Yeah, the Julian McMahon was not a good Doctor Doom, so he just stick to Charmed and Nip Tuck, and then just stay out of Marvel.
Oh man, Nip Tuck! I forgot about that one. That was an interesting show, but I kind of enjoyed it.
Here's the weird multiverse world we live in right now. The people putting out the best superhero movies is Sony.
Oh yeah,
Spider-Man.
Yeah, Spider-Verse. Even they're like, their touches in the Spider-Man live action stuff when they're Spider-Verse.
Oh, you're talking about Into the Spider-Verse and Across the Spider-Verse?
Yeah.
And not only that, but they're bringing in every Spider-Man movie, including Disney's.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, because if you've seen Across the Spider-Verse, spoiler alert, so you can just stop it here and continue on later on, but whatever.
Well, I mean, we say that
they brought on
Aren't they the ones who also did Madam Web, and they also did
They did Madam Web and
Madam
Venom.
Web. They did
and Venom. Let There Be Carnage.
Which I liked the Venom movies. I know Sergio, you didn't. I liked them.
They're garbage.
I thought they were fun.
I don't like the
what
bromance.
other movie?
Sorry.
Oh, that they did the one Morbius. I haven't seen that one, but I heard bad things about that one.
Morbius bad.
You say that about Sony, but then you need to realize it's also
We're
Sony.
talking about Spider-Verse. We're not talking about
yeah,
but
no,
see,
100%.
So, Across the Spider-Verse, hands down, is probably the best Spider-Man movie ever.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite lines though from that one South Park episode. It's like, oh, I bet you don't like Miles Morales because he's blah blah blah. It's like, no, he's his own character, and he's his story's been written, and it's awesome. It's like, yes, 100%. I don't care who plays a character, just write the damn character well.
My favorite thing about Across the Spider-Verse is they brought in, what's his name? John Glover, not John Glover. What's his name?
John Glover. Childish Gambino.
Okay, they brought in John Glover's character from Homecoming.
No, not John.
Donald Glover.
Donald. Yeah.
Donald
Glover.
You said Donald. Yeah.
Donald Glover from his character from Homecoming, and revealed him to be the Prowler.
Mm-hmm.
So, which means that Miles Morales is in the Disney MCU.
His human exists. The question is, does a Spider-Man exist? At least in our universe.
I don't think it does, but
Yeah.
So, but anywho, let's just cover the couple of pieces of news. For you football fans out there, Jason Kelsey appeared in the WWE with Rey Mysterio Jr., the recently retired Eagles center. Hey, sports is nerd news, okay?
I know.
It really is.
That's the fun thing about the nerdiness, is that you can nerd out about anything.
That's right. And then the Pooh, the Winnie the Pooh verse. Yeah, that's a thing. Releasing the third movie in this, Bambi: The Reckoning.
Oh yes, the horror Bambi movie.
Oh man, my childhood is ruined now.
Now, do you see why Disney always lobbies to not have public domain?
Yeah, that's why.
The Steamboat Willie one, it's a coming. You know it is.
And then the final piece of news: Walt Disney World's test track is closing this summer in June to begin reimagining.
Oh man,
that was one of my favorite rides. You get during Post COVID, they shut off some of the area. But pre-COVID, you can go and design your own car, and you see your car design in your thing. So it was kind of
Ooh,
cool.
fancy.
But post-COVID, they shut that part of the line out. You just went to the line, just skipped that area. But so they just designed the. You're muted, Tom. Tom, you're muted.
So are they when you say reimagining, are you saying that they're going to be completely and totally scrapping that ride and coming up with a new one, or are they just going to be redoing the ride?
I'm not sure what they're doing.
Because like I want what I was expecting. I was expecting some kind of electric magnet, acceleration, super freaking fast, get some G's going.
Yeah.
Like I didn't hate the ride. It just wasn't as exciting as I was hoping it to be. But to be fair, Epcot for me, it's about walking around, eating a bunch of food from other countries, and drinking a lot of beer.
Yeah. The press release made it look like they're going to basically gut it and then rebuild a new test track in its place.
Okay, that's cool.
So it'll still be test track. It'll just be a new ride.
That makes me a little more excited.
It looks like they're moving into the EV era.
Yeah. So
and we'll see. And but it's, June 16th is the thing, and it's been open since 2012. So
test track?
Yeah.
No,
December
test track's been open.
Yeah, before that,
it's been open a lot longer.
Because I remember.
Well, they redid this test track too. The made by Chevrolet was December 2012. Was open.
Okay. Because I know it opened in 1999 because that's the one year I went to Disney World, and
yeah, because I remember I went in 2000,
just open,
and I went again 2010s, and I rode it both times.
Yeah.
I'll always remember the time frame I went because Test Track had opened, Tower of Terror was there, but Rock and Roller Coaster was not quite finished yet.
I used to be at Disney, not when I lived in Florida. I went there every year for 21 years straight. Yeah. That's what we did every Christmas. Just about that was our Christmas with my parents, and it was cool. So,
yeah, I like theme parks. So
yeah, we got season passes for the first time in a hot minute for Six Flags. So we'll be doing that this summer. Like I've got every Friday off right now. So
yeah,
if I've got Evan and we don't have the other two kids, I'm like, all right, guys, Evan, let's just go ride some rides for a couple hours and go back home.
Fire in the Hole. Hey, let's shut it down, remake it. Comes back, same thing.
Well,
they added something.
The behind the scenes was that building got condemned that the original Fire in the Hole was in, so it was cheaper to build a new one.
Yeah. But anywho, what's our time at, Tom? What do you have?
I'm at 48:25, and now is a good time to talk about how right now I'm super dry at the moment, and I love getting rehydrated.
With our Dubby?
Yes.
Yeah. Drinking that Dubby all stream.
Oh yeah. No,
mine
I'm still
is empty.
Yeah, I need a. God, I don't want to buy.
Mine's just water.
I need to buy another one.
It's Dubby.
So yeah, my Pine Berry Splash. I'm probably going to be re-upping on this guy. Yeah,
is
right
it pretty good? I'll probably
so
get the energy version. I've been drinking the Trader. I'm a Trader. I've been buying G Fuel, but don't buy G Fuel, guys. Buy Dubby. It tastes better.
Why would you even say that on stream?
Yeah,
I'm going to mark that one just so you know to cut that one out later.
Do you know you can get a discount with a certain promo code?
That's right. Promo code
definitely
Surge.
Make sure, Surge. Because we went bike riding on Saturday. My butt's still bruised from that. It hurts to sit down. It hurts to stand back up. Now you've got like
butt's bruised.
Yeah, exactly. No homo. No, so. See, I've even got like these fancy biking shorts with like the pads in them, but no, we ended up doing like 11 miles on the bikes and everything, and oh my god, it hurts so bad. So I need to ride more often so I get those. So I get my butt nice and firm. But so I started getting dehydrated on that. Well, mainly my lips were chapped AF, and then we were out in the sun all day today as well. So right now, just drinking my Pine Berry Splash. It's so good right now. So yeah, promo code Surge. Check it out in the link.
Promo code Surge. So 10% off your next purchase. You get the sample pack. Comes with 3 energy versions and 2 hydros, and you can get a random bottle. I got this one, and then he got the cool dragon one.
Dragon.
So
I
I
still
don't know
just
how
wish it was
happened.
black and white instead of red and white.
I don't
but, oh,
mind
well.
this one. This one was cool. So it's whatever. But I am jealous.
Hmm.
So, but that's it about W. We'll just now
Mark
we're
at the end.
gonna talk about Star Wars. Oh, I mean Star Trek.
Whoops.
Star something.
So, as far as Star Trek, I'm not like a super subject matter expert. As far as TV shows, I mean, I've seen bits and parts of the original show with what is it, James Tiberius Kirk, right? And then I seen. I grew up watching The Next Generation with my dad. We watched episodes here and there. Dude, I'll tell you what, the Borg gave me nightmares as a kid, because we're talking about the 90s. I was pretty young, like, because I think Next Generation was like early 90s. So
Yeah, late
Yeah.
80s, early 90s. Yeah.
yeah, so I watched that with Jean-Luc Picard, Data,
Jean-Luc.
Geordi LaForge, Worf, so the Klingon. But I never saw Deep Space Nine.
Earl Grey, hot.
I know about Deep Space. Deep Space Nine takes place in a space station, mainly in a space station instead of the actual Starship Enterprise, which
Yeah,
is
I think
which
they're
is
on
a different.
Cardassian space station.
Yeah, Cardassian. I think they're like on the border of two like warring factions, and there's a peace treaty or something.
Mhm.
Like I've watched an amount of them, but I couldn't sit down and hammer through all of them. I just well, here let's start off. So Serge, which series have you watched? And how much of the series have you watched?
TV series. I've only seen most of Star Trek: The Next Generation. Other than that, I've seen bits and parts of Voyager, bits and parts of Deep Space Nine. From there, nothing else. I've seen all the original movies with William Shatner.
Mhm.
So the motion picture, Wrath of Khan, Search for Spock, the Voyage. Is it Voyage Home?
The Journey Home.
The Journey Home, and then the Final Frontier, and then Undiscovered Countries, which was 6. I saw that one in theaters. It was kind of cool because when it came out in theaters.
Mhm.
Saw it with my dad in theaters. So I was super stoked for that. Then I watched the Next Generation films. First Contact, hands down best film for them.
It's good.
Insurrection and Star Trek Generations. I thought that was interesting when they bring both captains. So that one there, like they advertised both captains, but then it was just like 10 minutes of the second captain. It was mainly Picard.
Yeah.
So and then was it Nemesis?
Yep.
Am I missing a movie, or is that the Next Generation movies?
That could be all of them. I couldn't
think
say
that's
for
it.
sure.
So, and then Nemesis. I thought Nemesis was good. So, but yeah,
Have you seen any of the newer movies?
Oh yeah, I did see Star Trek, and then the one with Chris Pine, the reboot. I'm still talking. I'm gonna get up. I don't know how my TV turned on. It's really bothering me.
Yeah.
But I did see Star Trek, the reboot with Chris Pine, and then Star Trek Into Darkness.
And,
I never watched Star Trek Beyond because I didn't like the director that they picked for it. They picked Justin Lin to direct that movie, and Justin Lin is more of an super actiony guy. So I was afraid they're gonna take away from the sci-fi aspect, and the trailer didn't look that good to me. So I actually never watched Star Trek Beyond. So Justin Lin is known for Fast and Furious movies.
Okay. Oh yeah, I just watched a short on that about how Justin Lin literally paid a fall guy so they could do some stunts in what was that? In Tokyo. Yeah, they did some driving stunts in Tokyo, and they literally paid a guy to take the fall to say he was the director, but he wasn't the director, so they could continue shooting. So that was fun.
Legend.
Yeah. So I've seen all of Next Generation. I've seen parts of Deep Space and Voyager. I watched more Deep Space than Voyager. Voyager was super confusing. I had no clue what the heck was going on. I'm like, nah, I'm done. I've seen a little bit of the original, like clips and episodes here and there. Just that's a little too old for me to really get into. I have seen most, if not all, of the original movies, which those were good. I've seen all the TNNG movies. All those were pretty good. Enjoyed those. I did see Enterprise, and Enterprise is the first one that I watched all the way through. So with the exception of the intro song, in my opinion, it was my favorite one. But
Right.
I know that's a hot take for a lot of people, but I just really like the time zone, so it's a little bit after.
I've noticed that from what I've seen, they haven't really moved forward in time a whole lot. They've been doing more prequels.
Yeah.
Not in the series.
Huh?
Not in the series.
Well, I mean,
yeah.
Enterprise was a prequel.
Discovery was, which I watched the first season of Discovery. I never got to finish everything else on that, and that was fun. I liked Discovery. It was a cool. They had some kind of not a warp drive, but like a teleportation drive with these. What do you call those little small?
It's the tardigrade.
Tardigrade, yeah.
The spore drive.
Yeah, so I like that one. I would.
That one's a Trekkie.
Yeah, I'd go back and I'd like to finish that one. Haven't got down to Picard. Haven't got down on the other live action one. I'd like to check them out at some point in time, but
I'm interested in Strange New Worlds.
Yeah. We'll get there.
Mm-hmm. And then I really enjoyed the new Star Trek movies with Chris Pine. The first two were phenomenal in my opinion, and then the third one, it was fun, but it wasn't. First of all, Benedict Cumberbatch, I'm a huge fan. So bring back
Huge
Khan
fan.
and everything. That was great. Oh man, I need to watch that movie again.
Into Darkness was so good. I think he did a really good thing with being the new Khan, and then at the very end when the roles are reversed instead of Spock going down there, Kirk goes down there.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, I think that was good writing. Subverting
different universe.
expectations, and yeah. But yeah, no, I'd like to go back and rewatch those. I think those were pretty good. And then of course my the other Star Trek show that I watched was Orville. No.
There's an argument to be had there.
Yeah, I mean, because he wanted it. Like, Seth MacFarlane, he wanted the Star Trek series, and they wouldn't give it to him. So he's like, "Fuck it, I'm just going to make my own." And I think he did a fantastic job. It did everything that the original, shows were saying. Had a lot about the story about different moralities and different issues that people were having, and they put a great spin. I loved that. Tom McDonald was on there, rest in peace. But he was the little green blob guy. God, that guy's so offensive, and I love it. So, but yeah, no, I liked all of those. But I haven't seen. I've only seen a couple clips of the lower decks. I haven't seen any. Yeah, I literally saw like YouTube shorts. That's all I've seen on that. I want to get into it. I keep forgetting. And then, like I said, I've seen Discovery. And what was the other one that they came out with?
Strange New World.
Strange New World. Yeah, I haven't even touched that one yet. So I need to look that up.
Dagan's seen that one, right?
A lot of people talking shit on Picard, and I haven't watched it yet, so I really don't have my own opinion. But I need to not have my.
I just don't have CBS All Access.
Yeah, I got Paramount.
Yeah,
it's on Paramount.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So let's see. I've seen all of the original series. I've seen all the Next Generation. I've seen all Deep Space Nine. I've seen all of Voyager. I have not seen any Enterprise besides an episode here or there. So that is my blind spot is Enterprise.
You gotta just truck through the first few episodes, and they're like, okay, I see what they're trying to do.
Yeah, I've seen all of Picard. I've seen all of Discovery that's out, although there's a new season coming out, so we'll see how that goes. Mm-hmm. I've seen all of Lower Decks.
Oh, they're still making Discovery?
I've seen all of new season coming.
Okay, good.
Mm-hmm.
So I've seen all of Lower Decks, all of Strange New Worlds. So
okay,
and I've seen all the movies.
Cool.
So
what's your favorite
movie?
Favorite show.
Favorite show. Yeah, do favorite movie, favorite show.
I'm favorite movie. I always love A Voyage Home. I love the going back in time, getting the whales. Like
Which one?
that movie.
Voyage Home.
Where
Oh,
they go
okay,
back
yeah,
in. Yeah.
yeah,
They
okay.
gotta go back in time and save the whales. It's great.
Yeah.
I thought that was okay.
Super corny, but
For
yeah.
the original
Yeah, no,
one,
it's-
my favorite movie is Wrath of Khan, which is popular opinion,
I
but
think
it's
that's
still really good.
everybody's
yeah.
favorite.
I mean, that's the real choice. But
Yeah.
That's still a good one.
First Contact is also probably.
Picard, yeah, First Contact was. I thought Insurrection was stupid. I didn't really care for that one. So
It's all right.
See, and that's why I like Enterprise so much, is because I feel like it's a good continuation of First Contact. At least, they just came up with the warp drive, and this is like what, maybe 20 years later or something. They're actually starting to get into space, and just the human race trying to fuddle around and like, okay, how are we supposed to interact with all these different species we just found out about? So,
Yeah,
but continue.
I don't know.
So, what was your favorite show then?
Favorite show currently, it's probably Strange New Worlds.
Okay,
why is that?
So it's kind of a reboot of like the original series, but it's not Captain Kirk, it's Captain Pike.
Oh,
Well,
It's
okay.
actually a spin-off of Discovery. So in Discovery, spoilers, they get to a point where an event happens and things get split. And so
because Discovery is before Kirk, right?
yes.
Okay.
So in Discovery, they do meet up with the Enterprise, who is captained by Pike.
Okay. And then they get into the Enterprise with Pike on Strange New World, or no?
Yeah, some. You'll just have to watch it, but yeah.
Okay.
There's intermingling. So Strange New Worlds is kind of more of a spin-off of the Discovery, kind of a timeline spin-off.
So if I were to start, say for because obviously I haven't seen anything since Next Generation. Start with Discovery.
Yeah, like you don't want to jump. I mean, you can jump right into Strange New Worlds and probably be fine, but there is some backstory that you'll lose by not watching Discovery first.
No, you got to watch Enterprise. It's first in the timeline.
Yeah. The only reason you have to watch Enterprise is if you want to get every single joke possible in Lower Decks. So Lower Decks is the animated one, and it is made specifically for Star Trek nerds. There's thousands of jokes that I miss, and I love Star Trek.
Okay.
But I'm not that nerdy. So
you've watched all the seasons. You haven't watched all the seasons multiple times.
So there's always that debate that Star Wars...
Deep cuts.
The Star Wars is better than Star Trek. Why do you think people have this debate?
I think a lot of it comes...
I was going to say, I think it's two different things. It's like people saying, oh, McDonald's is better than Burger King. Yeah, they both serve burgers, but they're different.
See, I don't even think it's that close. I think Star Trek and Star Wars is like a Chinese restaurant and a steakhouse, or a burger joint.
What's the steakhouse? Well,
so one thing.
Okay, we'll go burger joint, not steakhouse, because steakhouse denotes a higher quality.
Yeah.
No, we're not even in the same food genre.
Yeah, because it's sci-fi versus science fiction versus science fantasy. Star Wars is science fantasy because they're all the magic. I mean, granted, there's some weird stuff going on, especially what I remember in Next Generation and everything. With who's that one guy who comes in who's like some god type being or whatever.
Q.
That's who it was. Yeah. So they've got some
Continuum.
Yeah, they've got some weird stuff in Star Trek, but overall it's science fiction. Warp drives are theoretically possible. Where the Force and lightsabers, like we're nowhere close to ever being able to get that stuff going on, and
it's so sad.
And actually be able to jump into a different dimension, because that's warp speed. That's not warp speed. That's oh my God, hyperdrive technology, going to a different dimension versus creating a bubble around your ship and not moving faster than light, but having matter move around you faster, So yeah, science fiction versus science fantasy. So yeah, there is a difference, but I feel like the grandeur and the fantasy of it, because Star Wars, it might as well be D&D, just thousands of years in the future for the most part. Especially when you start getting into some of the Filoni stuff with the Night Sisters and all the magic and everything. So they're two completely different genres for the most part, other than they're in space.
I mean, I like both of them.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, I do like Star Wars better, but that's just me personally. I just resonate with the lightsabers. I just like lightsabers.
Oh, yeah.
But
Well, and Star
Star
Wars
Trek,
tells a grander story.
yeah. So Star Trek has the whole. See, what I like about Star Wars, God forbid, I hope they never get into this. Star Wars doesn't really dabble a whole lot in multiverses, time warps, time travel.
Well,
They
they
don't really,
started.
huh?
They've started.
I know. Let's just keep it where they don't go
Yeah,
too
I
much
agree.
farther than we're supposed to. But see, like, take for example,
Unless they are able to retcon the sequel trilogy, then I'll
I think
accept it. I
they
know they
might.
won't, but
They might,
I want them to.
but it's like kind of like the reboot, the Star Trek with Chris Pine. Like, I think like you're watching this, I'm like, what? This has nothing to do with the original, and then you're like, what's going on? We're like, okay, I guess they just rebooted the whole movie. Then at the very end, they show Spock, and he was like, yeah, it's my fault. I did this, and I actually reset the timeline. I'm like, this is such a Star Trek way to explain it. Perfect. It works.
Mhm.
You know, they have a scientific way of explaining it. Most shows that do like time travel, like okay, like we'll get into another time, but MCU, their whole time travel thing, just what? That's what I think. It just doesn't make sense. There's loopholes, there's plot holes, and
Oh yeah.
that's another
Yeah.
subject altogether. We won't even hit that. We'll just mention it.
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
the suspension of disbelief, just to tell a story though. It's like, okay, I'll go with it.
Yeah.
Because
Kinda like
face
soft,
it, everything up into Endgame was fantastic. Everything after, well, not everything after Endgame, but most everything after Endgame was just not.
Hot take: I didn't like Endgame. So
I liked Infinity War more, but yeah.
Me too. But it's just like, to me, we're talking about soft hard magic. The whole thing with the time travel of the MCU was soft magic. They used it for the advancement of the plot,
Mhm.
and Star Trek was hard magic. So, but that's besides the point. So I mean, that's what I like about Star Trek. It just, the scientific aspect they put into everything, and just and the line's iconic. Set the phasers to stun. I'm like, yeah. So
Make it so.
right, and then computer, dude. Finally,
Captain's
I had to. What's that?
Captain's log.
Captain's log. Yeah, like I got to live my dream. Like growing up, I was always to my dad, I want to be able to just go into my room and say, computer, do this.
Mhm.
We can do it.
Yeah, it was like that first Samsung watch and everything. The whole straight up Dick Tracy thing. Be able to take pictures with it.
Yeah. So, because if you have an Alexa Dot, you can change it. Instead of being called Alexa, you can change it to computer.
Oh, that would get dangerous in my house. Yeah.
I don't.
Not like fucked up dangerous. I'm just saying it would cause some headaches. That's kind of dangerous I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Alexa.
Yeah.
For the sake of wife, I just leave it to Alexa, because she thinks me calling computer super cringe. So yeah.
Here, I just
My
want
wife is nerdy in her own way, but like a lot of this kind of stuff is, she's like, that's kind of cringe.
Yeah. And is Star Trek the first thing that they ever had data pads on?
So I mean, probably not the first thing, but they definitely.
Well,
I mean, TNG used data pads quite a bit.
The communicators too was cool, and like this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The beam me up, Scotty. That's iconic.
Beam me up, Scotty was never said.
What?
Beam me up, Scotty was never said.
It wasn't the new movie. What are you talking about?
Wasn't the new movie?
Yeah.
Okay, well, fine. When everybody was saying it, before the new movie came out, it was never said.
I know. That's why. That's what I'm saying. It's iconic because it's just one of those things, So, but you have a lot of things spawn format, the Orville,
Mm-hmm.
Galaxy Quest.
Oh, Galaxy Quest. Nano.
So that was a good one.
Is
So,
that where Never Give Up, Never Surrender came from?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I used that the other day with one of the kids. What the hell was he doing? Hold on. Okay, screw it, whatever. But yeah, so I'm like, I think is that Galaxy Quest? I think it is. I'll have to look that up later. So never looked it up, but thank you for confirming.
Right. Time.
1
1
minute.
hour 10.
Okay, you're in charge of time, Tom. So.
I wish.
But yeah, I mean,
Call me Doctor Who.
like I said, I'm not a subject matter expert on Star Trek. I just know movies.
Yeah. We could get into the famous favorite captain debate.
See, I could tell you favorite captain based on movies. In movies, it's just mainly Picard or Kirk, and I think with Picard all day long.
No, it's always Picard. What a badass. Like it's one of those. I guess the perfect version of masculinity in terms of like he's a strong man. He knows how to be hard, but he also knows how to be. Well, hold on. I need to make sure I rephrase that the right way. But he knows how to lay the law down. He knows how to be compassionate. He dabbles in art and be it musical or painting, physical art. He's really like I would say like a perfect role model. I think a lot of people should be watching the next generation and be more like Picard.
And he's also Professor Xavier. I'm just kidding. But
is.
yeah, I mean, Picard became a Borg and survived.
Yeah.
So you can't beat that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now, if you watch the new Picard series, they really paint Picard. They show his flaws off quite a bit.
Oh.
He's an old man, and he looks back on all the things he did wrong in life.
Well, yeah, that makes sense. That's kind of cool
So,
because we all have things we regret. So
I mean, that's kind of turning me off on Picard. Because it's a TV character. Yeah, obviously they're gonna have flaws. They do bad things, but like. At least make a somebody that we're able to look up to and try to be more like. I really don't care about their flaws. I want to think about the good things of this, fictional, impossible character to be.
Yeah.
Which again, I'll watch the show at some point in time. It just, I don't want them to be like, oh, let's just tear this person down. Kind of like Star Wars, like it's in the past. Leave it in the past, kill it.
Yeah.
So that's stuff I fear about.
You really should watch Picard. So season 1's pretty good. Season 2 is garbage. Season 3 is what everybody wanted it to be in the first place.
Okay, good. That
season
makes me feel better.
Yeah. So, but they do a great job. It's like Picard's was like built up. He's like this omnipotent person. He does everything right.
Mm-hmm.
So they do a good job portraying him like as an old man looking back and like basically he's going like, listen guys, like I'm not the be all end all guy here. Like I've messed up and there's things I regret. It's a good look at. It's just it's a great look into how his mind works, and but he's still a great guy because in the 3rd season, if you watch, you see what all he can still do, and all the people he's touched that come to help. So he's still a great man. He just self-reflects quite a bit.
Okay.
Yeah, I would. I mean, I would think the other captain that would rival between the two would be Pike. I like Pike.
Yeah.
So,
and if you watch the Strange New Worlds, that Pike is really good. So Pike, he's a fun captain.
So, but
did they do any crossing with so like the Pike from the movies? That's not the same Pike from. Sorry, the Pike from the movies, is that the same Pike for Brave New Worlds or no? Or Strange New Worlds, or did they recast that?
Oh yeah, it's recast.
I figured as much, but
yeah, it's not Bruce Greenwood anymore.
Yeah.
But they actually finally Pike from the original series. He was canon a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
The famous guy in the box with the beeps. He had the horrible. He just figured an accent and was like asking questions like 1 beep for yes and 2 beeps for no.
Oh, okay.
Like that's Pike.
Oh. I didn't know that.
That's Captain Pike. He was also the pilot. So the very, very first episode of the original series, the pilot is not Kirk, it's Pike.
I knew that.
Yeah.
Because I watched some of when they did the the original series on FX, and then they had like commentary to it. They were
Yeah.
explaining stuff. I watched a few episodes of that, which was
Yeah,
kind of cool.
so Pike was the original
It was
captain
like-
for the original series.
I think it was like the original series 2.0 or something like that.
Yeah.
I'll have to look it up.
But yeah,
So-
but they brought him back. He's the iconic. He's in that big metal kind of wheelchair thing that floats around.
Oh, okay.
And all he can do is do the beeps. That's Captain Pike.
Did not know that.
Yeah.
So the
That
original
comes
was,
up in Strange New Worlds and Discovery. So
Okay.
does it?
yeah.
Oh, so you really kind of have to watch the original series sometimes, huh?
Nah, I mean it's like a reboot, so it's not like you have to watch. It's in the new series.
Okay.
It's a fun callback. You know, if you don't know, you're like, oh, cool. But if you know, it's like, oh, that. Which
So-
is the entire series of Lower Decks. That's all that show is.
Yeah, see,
Fan
Lower
service.
Decks just looks funny.
It is. It's hilarious, but 99% of the jokes are like deep cut Star Wars or Star Trek. So,
I wish they would make a show like that for Star Wars, but
Well,
whatever.
yeah, it would be pretty great,
I didn't see
actually.
that. There was this other Seth MacFarlane one that they wanted to do. It was Star Tours. Did you guys ever seen the trailers for that?
Star Tours.
Yeah.
I rode Star Tours.
Yeah, I was
Look
gonna say
up-
I did too, but
Whenever you guys get a moment, look up Star Tours. It's let me just find it real quick. YouTube.
you can share screen. It's not broken anymore. But yeah, I mean, I lost the train of thought.
Yeah, favorite captains. I don't know. I could go with like Worf was technically a captain.
Worf was
Honestly,
a captain.
Yeah. Worf was a captain. Sulu was a captain.
Wasn't Worf a captain in First Contact, or am I wrong?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
so I
because they're
thought-
fighting the Borg. He swoops in on his much smaller ship.
Yeah, and he just
Yeah.
and he just blasts him away. Simulate this.
So here's my hot take. Favorite captain? William Riker. Number 1, captain of the Titan.
When does Riker become a captain? Later on, or
Yeah. So after
okay.
Picard, he shows up in some things. But yeah,
But
he's
he's
captain
not
of the
in-
Titan. Titan's the new flagship since they retired the Enterprise.
right? But he's not a captain in Next Generation, is he? I know he's the first officer.
No.
So
No,
Riker,
but-
okay.
But in canon, he goes on to be he's captain of the Titan.
Where's this canon found that?
I do believe it shows up in Picard, and it definitely shows up in Lower Decks.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Newer stuff, but he shows up a few live action and animated.
Okay, so that makes sense because
He's-
I mean William Riker was a good first officer.
Yeah.
Here we go. So loud.
Ah, Jesus.
You ready? Punch it!
Seth MacFarlane wanted to do this.
Yeah.
The Empire's pretty chill. Maybe you could, join it or something.
No. I left a message with your roommate, but your machine was full, so your landlord hung up on me when I was walking your dog with my homework aided.
I got dressed for this.
Half dress.
Put some pants on, man.
Hey, so, how's
Ugh,
it look?
Oh!
that's interesting.
Hold on, let me find that one scene.
It's a trap!
There we go.
It's a subterfuge. Sound of that. Aha! This is the ploy. No. It's a ruse!
Cade Bane with a mustache.
Subterfuge. No. A confining device. A snare.
That's
a box
cool.
propped up with a stick. It's a trap. It's a wrap. It's
Oh.
my hat. It's a trap. Sorry.
It's a
Sorry.
trap.
Just finally figured it out. On my way back to the office. Couldn't get it.
Okay. I'm done. That's the one clip I wanted you guys to see. It's a frap.
That's more like Robot Chicken for Star Wars.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Robot
but-
Chicken.
yeah.
I mean, oh god, it's so they make fun of everything though. That's a different
Yeah.
subject altogether.
I'm
They
saying
made-
that's style.
Yeah, they made fun of Star Trek and Robot Chicken.
Yeah, but I'm saying that show is more like a Robot Chicken take on Star Wars. Lower
But,
Decks is very much its own deep
Oh
plot.
yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever see the episode where Stewie Griffin brings in the original cast of Star Trek?
Yes.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
He's like, well, I want the Shamrock.
McDLT.
Yeah, the Shamrock Shake. It's like, oh, well, it's not March. It's like, well, are they going to bring it back? Blah blah blah. It's like, and then Will Wheaton was at the back. Of course, Will Wheaton. It's like I want this. You'll get nothing and like it. I still say that to this day to the kids.
So
Will Wheaton makes an appearance in Discovery as well.
Oh, okay, that's fun.
I was gonna say another like big because Star Trek has lots of little spin-offs and stuff like that. They made a homage to it in Black Mirror. Anyone ever watch Black Mirror?
Haven't
Fan of
seen
that?
all Black Mirror. I've seen
Yeah.
the first couple seasons, and then anything after that, I've seen like an episode here and there. But
There's an episode of that's like one that's like Star Trek. Have you seen that one?
I think so.
What season? If it's anything
let me look it
past
up.
season 2, then no, probably haven't.
I think it is past season 2. Let's see here.
They did a few space ones. Is it the one where like the guy traps the people's like consciousnesses, like the copies of them in the computer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that one was really dark, and then they have the USS. The name of the episode is called USS Callister.
Oh.
Yeah,
It's
that was pretty good.
It's the first episode of the 4th season.
Okay, I need to check that out. Yeah, I need to watch more of that, and of course, I kind of want them to come out with more love, death, and robots or something.
Yeah, I haven't seen that.
They've got some episodes. Have you finished that yet, or at least
I haven't even started.
Oh, you haven't seen it?
I haven't seen all of it. I've seen just a few episodes.
Okay, there's some good stuff. Some weird
It's on my
episodes I
list.
kind of click through that I'm like, whatever. But I remember there's this one episode where this, which I think might be the same actress as the Discovery chick.
Oh, the Everything Everywhere All at Once lady?
No, not that one. It's the
That's
the
a
main
good movie,
character,
by the way.
the main character girl
Oh, yeah.
who used to be on The Walking Dead.
I've never seen The Walking Dead.
Discovery cast. Sonequa Martin? Yeah, Sonequa Martin. I'm pretty sure she is in one of the episodes of Love, Death, and Robots, and it's this one where she's a pilot of the kind of like a Pelican One from Helldivers. So that's a good one. If you guys haven't seen that episode yet, you need to check. If nothing else, go check out that episode, and you're like, okay, I'm going to watch more of this show. Of course, episode 1 of season 1 and 3 are also pretty good too. But whatever.
So that's what I'm saying. It's gonna be safe to say that even though I'm wearing a Star Wars shirt and Dave's wearing a Star Wars shirt, and I don't know what Tom's doing. For those watching the video, you can just make fun of him for lack of enthusiasm
I'm
on
fine with
Star Wars. But it just Star Trek is nothing like Star Wars. Just because there's Trekkies and there's Star Wars. I mean, watch Star Trek. It's cool. There's a lot of cool things in it. There's a lot of scientific things that make sense and that I personally like. So just because it doesn't have lightsabers, it's got phasers. Phasers are cool.
Yeah.
Photon torpedoes.
Photon torpedoes. The Starship Enterprise, really cool. So it looks cool. So I bet you the Starship Enterprise can blow away the Millennium Falcon. Just saying. So I'm not a fan of the Millennium Falcon. There's better ships out there.
Starfleet ships were never made for battle. They're not warships.
True.
Yeah, they're made for exploring new worlds.
That's
to
right.
Go where no captain has been before. But they somehow end up using the ship to fight every time.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, it's got to defend itself.
Exactly.
Oh yeah. So, but yeah, it's and that's I think that's what the difference between Star Wars and Star Trek is. Star Wars is war.
Wars, yeah.
Pretty much the whole time it's a war. You're just a war against somebody. Star Trek's premise is not that. Star Trek is about the Starship Enterprise exploring new worlds.
Yeah.
And then along the way, they get into some sticky situations because aliens are not nice, like the Romulans. They're not nice people. Klingons, they can be hit or miss. So
they start out a lot worse.
Yeah.
Who's got the best uniforms, you guys think?
Best uniforms out of Star Trek races?
No, out of series.
I like Worf. He's got his thing, and he's got the little sash, whatever that was. I can't remember.
Yeah, but I'm just talking about everybody on the ship. Because you've got the of course, TNNG. I think I like the original more than I like some of the
I
latter
like
ones.
Next Generation, but then
Yeah,
again, I'm biased.
Yeah, TNG. That's just it's so classic. And you do the Picard maneuver. So every time he stands up, he got to straighten his shirt. If you watch the shows, he does it all the time. Just like there's the Picard maneuver, which is every time he stands up, he'll pull his shirt down and straighten it.
Mhm.
And then there's the Riker maneuver. He does like this weird, like, if you haven't seen it, watch it. He does it all the time. He like steps over the backs of chairs to sit down into them. It's hilarious.
Here we go. This is all the Star Trek uniforms.
Oh, Enterprise had the worst uniforms. Those suck.
Yeah,
Which
they're
one's
just kind of just
Enterprise?
coveralls, more or less.
Can you zoom in on that, Tom? There we go.
I mean, I think they're kind of
See-
basic. Honestly, I feel like they're probably the most practical ones, which is probably why they started off with those.
Isn't this bottom row here like the Star Trek?
Yeah, this is the stuff. So here's where we started. Well, yeah. So TNG. This is the original.
I do like the original movies with the belts. I think those are pretty snazzy.
Yeah, those are
Yeah.
pretty
And
nice.
like the sash.
This
Like,
right here, the first three in the very bottom. I've never seen those, but you know what that reminds me of? I don't know if you can relate, Tom, but you ever watch Dragon Ball Super, the Tournament of Power, Dagan?
Mm, I see it.
The uniforms that Jarian and Topo wear, and that's what that reminds me of. Like
with the V cut. Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah, this doesn't have the Discovery uniforms, which is whatever. I mean, I like
they're
them.
more in that kind of all black
But
kind of vein.
I thought they were all blue in Discovery.
Oh yeah, dark blue.
Yeah, and they looked good, but I think
gold, with
everybody
the
had the
gold.
same uniform. I don't think they had any color differential.
They get new ones eventually.
the original uniforms are pretty cool too, though. I mean, I don't
like
mind it.
these.
Yeah.
What were these from? These from a movie?
I don't know.
It was.
Here we go.
It's like a weird
Starfleet uniforms
timeline
as
thing.
it doesn't give me an actual.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
No.
yeah, those are snazzy. I'm a fan of those. I think because which one? Yeah, so these are the ones that start off. I was a huge fan of those. These are pretty much identical. I guess those just have the collar. Those are nice. Those are kind of boring. Just the neck. Those are whatever. But yeah, I like those. So I would say those two.
They're still zoomed in.
This one. What? It's not zoomed on my side.
Oh.
Oh, bollocks. Okay, well, fuck it. I'm going to stop. Stop sharing.
So. But yeah, I mean, so Star Trek has a lot of rich history in it, which is cool.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't really. I do remember the original uniforms and the ones that they clip. They come down like this. I do remember that.
Yeah.
And
The
then-
movies, those are pretty nice.
Yeah. Kirk wears them a lot. So, but yeah. So I have a special guest. I guess he woke up. Sorry.
Well, we're at 128 anyway, so.
Well, no, we're good. So, but yeah. I mean, I don't have much more to say on Star Trek.
Yeah. Well, obviously, if anybody has their own opinions, they want to tell us why we're wrong, and we could tell you why you're wrong. But that'll always be a good time. Make sure that you like and comment down in the chat. So please come and click the subscribe button as well.
I was gonna have a question though.
Oh yeah.
Since Dagan has seen most of it, if you have someone like a newcomer that listens to our podcast and decides to like, hey, I really like Star Trek. And this episode made me interested. What's a good place for them to start?
Oh, so I think the best modern Star Trek, again, I'll say it, is probably Strange New Worlds. Whether or not you watch Discovery up until the point it spawns that show is up to you. But Strange New Worlds does everything like that the original Star Trek and the Next Generation kind of did great, and it's a modern format. So you know how sometimes there would be like episodes that just take place on the ship, and there might be like some funky props they put up to make it look a little different, like some like grass is taking over or something, or it's just like they do shows like that. They do. There's a really fun. The finale is a musical for the most recent season. It's hilarious, but it's fantastic. But it's that weird like next generation thing that would happen, like like the ship's infected or some space anomalies making us do this weird quirky thing, and it's their fun little by themselves episodes. So that they kind of do it all really well. It definitely feels the most Star Trek-y anything has in a long time.
Okay, so start with Strange
Now,
New
obviously,
Worlds.
if you can, you can't go wrong with Next Generation, but it's just for younger folks that might look a little dated, and the effects are not as good.
No.
And if you just can't get past that, well, Strange New Worlds.
Yeah, I would definitely say, watch the Star Trek and Star Trek Into Darkness. I'm not as versus you, but I think they were, great movies. You don't really need to know a whole lot about Star Trek. It just, if you're looking for a good action with some explosions, they don't really do the whole, going from place to place and the morality. It's just action, which the original movies were comparable. They didn't really do the whole morality thing the whole time and exploring, different. I guess real world topics, unlike the actual TNG did on all their episodes. So yeah, no, definitely check out the Star Trek and Star Trek Into Darkness. You could skip the third one.
I've never seen the third one, so
yeah, it was fun. I liked it, but it wasn't memorable.
Yeah, it was decent.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll watch it just so I can speak on it, just to say, hey, I've watched every Star Trek movie.
Yeah.
So
it's a little late. I think now's the time we were going to speak on it.
That's true. So
sequel show where Serge actually watches Star Trek.
I was kind of hoping Neil was going to come in because he's all about that shit too. But it is what it is.
He seems to know about his Star Trek stuff. But just for the audience, there's a few upcoming things. What is it? Today's. I think we have 2 more episodes for the month of April. But look forward to the month of May. Just advertising early, and I'll probably advertise again the next 2 episodes. May the 4th be with you, and then the Revenge of the 5th. We're gonna make May Star Wars. So.
So if you guys have any ideas on specific topics that you guys want us to talk about, let us know. Just because there's a lot to talk about, so we're still trying to figure out where we're going to actually start pinning those. If we want to talk about movies,
ideas.
TV shows, I think I'm the only one who can elaborate greatly on the books.
I can elaborate somewhat on the books. So, especially
I can elaborate zero.
Yeah.
I can elaborate somewhat on the Thrawn trilogy, the original Thrawn trilogy.
Which Dagan, I would say the original Thrawn trilogy, both of the new Thrawn trilogies are pretty good too, but you would need to be up to date on Rebels.
Star Wars Rebels?
I've seen all of Star Wars.
Okay, so you can read those because and then also if you're going to do Thrawn books, make sure you do the Hand of Thrawn duology as well. Just because it's
far
fun.
As books, I've read.
I'll just leave the books up to you.
Yeah, that's fair. And then what's the other one? Aftermath was really good. That happens right between the Death Star blowing up the second time. So. What?
You do a lot of driving, so you do a lot of audiobooks.
Yeah. But yeah, that and it ends with Jakku. So I think that one's honestly one of my all-time favorite characters is in that one, which is Mr. Bones. Do some research on Mr. Bones whenever he's
Mr. Bones.
Yeah, it sounds weird, but he's a B1 battle droid who's been repurposed and has been uploaded with some software, and he's got bones on him. That's why I call him Mr. Bones. But he's psychotic and he loves killing butterflies and stuff. So
for advertisement wise, I think the first thing we should discuss is canon versus legends.
I could dig it.
So we'll go from there. So just look forward to it. It's something we're all very passionate about.
I just want a whole episode arguing over who shot first. Whole episode.
Yep.
We already know who did, so we'll discuss that though.
Oh yeah.
Depends on which cut of the film you watch.
So
I like the first cut the most.
Yeah, and
Han shot first.
and we'll hit that for sure, and just there's just so much we can talk about, and I think for the sake of that episode, we might skip out some segments like nerd news, things like that, just so we can hit more Star Wars because there's a lot to discuss. So
all Star Wars,
Star Wars all the time.
In a
world
with the other podcast.
Mhm.
Collaborate.
Yeah.
I might email the other podcast and collaborate with them, see if it's possible, but we'll see.
Okay.
So it's worth a shot. But anywho, for like you was saying, just like and subscribe Nerdy Phase. You can find Nerdy Phase everywhere: TikTok, YouTube, and then of course if you search Spotify, Apple Music,
Anywhere
etc.
podcasts are podcasting at. Check out the Nerdy
right.
Phase.
Where I'm where anywhere you listen to your podcast, we should be there.
Mhm.
Spotify and YouTube have the video versions, so if you want to watch the video, YouTube is probably the definitive place to watch it. I haven't seen anything on Spotify video. I don't know how good it is.
it's fine.
Yep.
Okay. So
And of course, eventually, Surge might start streaming again.
yeah, I've been working on some stuff to make my streaming better.
Yep.
So-
So it's on Twitch, the Surge. No, Lieutenant Surge
it's-
11. Shit.
It's Lieutenant _ Surge 66
Okay.
on Twitch and Kick. And if I start doing YouTube, it'll be Nerdy Phase, but for the
Mhm.
most part, it's gonna be Lieutenant Surge _
And then come check out Mobile Ninja Gaming on Rumble. I've been streaming every Wednesday and Thursday night now, and then I'll take those. I'll take the recording and I'll upload them to YouTube. I'm wondering whether or not I want to start streaming to YouTube instead, or I need to start figuring out how to do the whole multicast thing and start streaming to that.
I can show you how to do multicast. It's easy.
Okay, we'll start thinking about doing that here soon. Just because like I'm getting more hits on YouTube. I don't know. I got some stuff to work out on my side. So, yeah, check out Mobile Ninja Gaming on Rumble and YouTube. Yeah, that's about it on that.
Dagan will play games with us sometime, I'm sure. But
Yeah, we'll start getting that going here
Yeah.
soon.
he
He's got
likes
his
to be off the
sweet
grid,
fiber internet at his
apparently.
house now.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, real internet helps a lot. So
Yeah. Making this
So-
possible tonight.
Yeah, until
country living.
unless something falls on your power strip and then you get disconnected.
Yeah.
Not good.
Hey, at least you were recording when you came back this time.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
that's
talking
true.
to myself.
So
Of
it
course,
shows
as soon as we
recording twice
log
then.
out, you check it, you're gone. This thing's gonna
That
be
would
entire
be
waste.
pretty upsetting. I was like, oh shit.
Oh god,
So we can't replicate this.
no.
It's impossible.
Yep.
So, but hey, as always, nerd something, I don't know.
Nerd fam, just keep with the nerd fam. What's still going? Like, what else are we gonna use?
Nerd
I
fan.
don't know.
Nerd bitches.
I hate it, but
I don't like it either.
Then what? Okay,
nerds and nerdettes.
Nerds and nerdettes, no.
that sounds too close to Smurf and Smurfettes. Pop Smurf can lick
So,
your ass. Yeah.
Eventually, we all need to come up with our own catchphrases.
Ooh, phasers.
Maybe we can
'Cause,
just, Matthew McConaughey. All right. What did he say? All right now. All right now.
All right. All right.
All right, all right.
That's also Travis Kelsey too. He does it now for whatever
Wow.
reason. So,
Wow.
but all right, guys. Check us out. Like and subscribe. Tell your friends. We can't grow without your help. We need your help to grow. So, live long.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
right. We got to do it. Live long and prosper.
Live long and prosper, everybody.
Bye.
I can actually do it. I used to not be able to do it. So, all right. Live long and prosper.
Deuces.
Peace.